Alright, hello everybody, this is Restands, and I'm going to be doing a quick little informal guide to Cerebella here. Noticed a lot of people I've been knowing around the Get Good stream, and a couple other people have been looking to pick her up, so thought I would just give some advice, you know, as my fraudulent self. Help people out with some Cerebella stuff. Alright, so getting started, let's just take a quick look at all of her normals. So we have Standing Light Punch, Standing Medium Punch. Standing Medium Punch puts an opponent into a stagger, so you can use that for grabs, any of your command grabs, etc. We have Standing Hard Punch, has a lot of hit stun, so you can do some cool stuff with that. And then moving on to her Crouching Punches, we have Crouching Light Punch, very quick. Crouching Medium Punch, which has the property of pulling you towards your opponent. So that for a lot of stuff I'll go into later. Then Crouching Hard Punch, which is her launcher, that opponent nice and high in the air. And then her air punches, we have standing or falling light punch rather. Let's call it jumping light punch for our purposes. You can mash that all the way down. We have jumping medium punch, which is a bit good old bitch slap to the face. You can use that for some cross-ups as I'm failing them. And then we have jumping hard punch, which is a good old-fashioned bombo clap. Get him right in the face with it. Righty, moving on to kicks, we have oh, I forgot. Forward plus hard punch is tight knuckle. It also has the property of throwing an opponent into a sliding knockdown, as well as having some nice range. So you can use that to catch some people out sometimes. Moving on to kicks, we have standing light kick, standing medium kick, and standing hard kick, the second hit of which is an overhead. Limit straight. Boom. Yep, overhead. And then we have crouching light kick, crouching medium kick, which is a second launcher, which also has the property of pulling your opponent towards you and above you. So that is very important. We'll be making good use of that later. Then we have her sweep, which is crouching hard kick. Do some stuff with that. Then her jumping kicks, we have jumping light kick. Good for poking, getting out of some sticky situations. Good cross-up tool, very nice cross-up tool. Jumping medium kick, which we will make use of for a reset later. Not too much to say about that. And then jumping hard kick, which is going to be used for one of our restands, as well as probably being in her best jump-in tool, one of her best jump-in tools. It's got that nice little dive kick property to it. Alrighty. So I think that just about covers all of her normals, all the special parts of them. So moving on, we're going to go into our first restand. Our first restand is going to be a crouching light kick, followed by a crouching medium kick, jumping medium punch, and then a hard kick all together. It looks like this. And as you can see, that restands your opponent without using one of your OTGs. Well, your OTG. You only get one. So it's very important that you keep it or use it for damage. So we like to keep that nice and intact, so you can do stuff like this. Stuff like that. So you can use your OTG for extra damage, basically. Alright, so that's the first restand. Second restand we have is continuous light punches. You can do that. Or you could do continuous light punches into a jumping hard punch, which is what most Cerebella players prefer to use, as that doesn't take up your jab on the ground, so you actually want to use it. Now, the reason behind using this, also you get that nice damage. Hard punch. It's a little bit complicated on the timing on that. Some players like to do the Mike Z method, which is, you know, 1, 2, 3 punches and then clap. The timing on the clap is a little bit difficult. You want to make sure that you try to either plink that, which is hit the light punch and the hard punch at nearly the same time, and some players actually prefer to actually do it at exactly the same time, as they find out that method works better for them. But honestly, it's very up to player preference, and it just takes some time to learn, basically. I'd say it's harder of the restands. I've seen people pick it up, you know, in 10 minutes, and I've seen some people take, you know, days to do it, so it's all very much player-based. But once you get that down, you can start doing some nasty combos or resets, which is what we're going to be talking about in episode 1 here. So the first resets we're going to be learning about are our merry-go-rilla resets. So you can do a merry-go-rilla reset out of the normal standing hard punch. You just have to wait a second or two so that they are out of hit stun. So if your opponent's trying to hold back or down back, get caught, there was no escape. Same holds true for diamond drop. Oh.
I don't jump.
Those are the Cerebella instincts kicking in there. So, one thing to note actually before we go into the resets is that she has diamond drop, which is our close version, and our preferred one for our resets is going to be merry-go-rilla. Simply because merry-go-rilla you can combo afterwards. You can combo afterwards into another reset potentially. I group that one up. Cerebella is weird with that specific restand from merry-go-rilla, just because her hitboxes are kind of far back, if anything. Got some bad posture. Alrighty. So yeah, the first one is from standing hard punch, and then you can also do it from standing hard kick. You do both hits. So that one's a little bit trickier if you're in the block string, because your opponent's going to be trying to hold directly back, as they're not going to be wanting to get hit by the overhead, because they think the overhead is coming. But they get caught. Oh, they jumped out. Yeah, they'll think the overhead is coming, and they'll get by the merry-go-rilla. Or you can just immediately cancel it, just one hit from the heart. Either way is fine, but from block strings I prefer 2, and then from an actual combo I prefer just 1. Moving on from that, we have a couple of diamond drop resets from crouching medium kick that you can do, which is you can do a sweep, then a diamond drop for your opponent, or you can do again, or you can do a hard kick, which will throw the opponent over top of you, and then you can do a diamond drop. A lot of people are just kind of flustered by that one. However, those two are a little bit easier to get out of for reasons we're about to go over. So, as you can see earlier in the video, Palmer has been jumping out of command grabs. So, quite simply put, the easiest way to get out of these resets is simply just to jump, or to hold up back. So, I'm going to hit him real quick. Going to get out of the follow-up throw.
Once I need to do it, I don't.
Alright, so yeah. So you can see, holding up back, he gets out of the follow-up throw. So what we're going to do next...
is dangerous too, they can jump in and...
Yeah, exactly, and they can jump in and punish, you know, so... For example, go ahead and hit me and try it on me. Goofed it up there, but... Flag there. Alright, try it again. Oh, alright, we both jumped out. Well, point is, it's not good. Don't do it. So, moving on from that, here's what you do instead of that. So, this is what I like to call Cerebella's 50-50 game from command grab. So, getting the opponent into a bow, jumping up, you can get caught by, in your jumping frames, a reset from run stop. Okay, that was supposed to be a dash input. Sorry, boys. Playing on pad. Alright. So, if he's going to try to jump out of my combo, he gets caught by my crouching light kick from run stop. Now, run stop is a charge move. Cerebella has her tumbling run, so she has a couple of different charge moves. Thankfully for us, Mike gave us some nice shortcuts so that you don't have to worry about pressing 2 inputs at separate times. So, the shortcut I use for run stop is hard kick and light kick at the same time. And then you can just press light kick again and then get your light kick out. So,
light, medium
essentially, yeah, light and medium works. Essentially, your opponent has to make a choice. When they are in a situation like that, if they're getting hit, they have to go, okay, do I jump out? Or, you know, do I jump out and risk getting caught by a light? Yeah, do I jump out and risk getting hit by a light, or do I not jump, block, thing risk getting Kame, a Mary Gorilla there. Either of which will lead into a combo into big damage or into another reset. So you can basically keep your opponent trapped in an endless hell of resets using these techniques. So there is that, and then moving on, we're gonna talk about just a couple other miscellaneous resets, and then I think that'll be it for part 1. So one other little miscellaneous reset is similar to the restand we learned earlier, except instead of using hard kick, use medium kick, as that has less hit stun, so you can throw faster after. Basically, it's trickier, I would say. Gives your opponent less time to think. And same goes for all the other tricks. You get a 50-50 with them. If they try to jump out of it, you can catch them with a light kick if they try to jump out of it. There's that. There's also continuous light punches into light kick, which you can catch them jumping out with your light kick, or you can once again throw them. So, oh, he jumped out of that one. You can once again throw them, or catch them with the light kick. Alright, we move over to this corner. Actually, we can do it in the other corner with Philia instead of left. So if you could tag in Philia, please.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny.
Big
Wrong.
There we go, Philia. So, Philia over to this corner over here. I'll show you a quick cross-up setup that Cerebella has. So, cool combo here. So you can get a cross-up setup in the corner, like that. It's a little tricky on some characters with timing, but once you get the timing down, you can get a nice little setup with that. And basically, that setup allows you in for a full jump-in combo, which is, you know, the highest damage you're gonna get. And oh no, we got reset. And you know, suddenly, if you know, we were playing an actual game, his health bar was there. You know, I'd probably only need just to use 1 bar a meter to kill him. So, you know, within the course of like 7 seconds, oh boy, one of his characters is. You know, that is with 1-on-3 scaling though, so never mind. But Cerebella does do a third amount of damage from her reset.
Some people perform better under that pressure than others, and I just, you know, the one thought that consumes everything is, oh no, what do I do now? And then I'm dead, which is not very useful.
Exactly. So, one last reset I was going to go over is her grab bag. Right, there we go. So, grab bag does a lot of damage, but the reason why I don't use it or didn't include it earlier, rather, is it's not one you want to get in the habit of doing unless you know it's going to kill your opponent. Simply because it is not really efficient to do unless you're getting close to full undizzy, or you know, your opponent's about to die, etc. The reason being, you can't combo after it. As you can see, it leaves me far away from the corner, and he can tech out if you so choose. So, basically, you lose things like corner pressure. You also lose, you know, combo ability from it. You can't get another reset immediately after it, you know. So you lose that 50-50 game, and then you have to basically reset everything back to neutral and get back in. So, as appetizing as it looks damage-wise, not your greatest option, but it is a option. There's a couple of ways to get it. Oops. There's a couple of ways to get it. You can do it raw out of crouching hard punch, or you can do it after a light move, which will dissipate hit stun. So you can get that. You can do it out of crouching or jumping light kick or light punch. There we go. Either way, that'll work. Of course, there's a couple other things if you come away from the corner here. She does have a standing cross-up, which is Concho. Use that to reset your opponents. You can also combo into Concho. There's 2 different ways to do it. Standing medium punch typically puts you far enough away from your opponent so that it doesn't combo. Oh, I was there. So yeah, if you're far enough away from your opponent, it won't combo, but crouching medium punch pulls you in, so it's more likely to combo. And it pulls you in, so it's more likely to combo, and, you know, get your full setup there.
There's some characters I just can't get it to land on without the crouching.
Yeah. Doesn't work on Big Band if you want to pull Big Band out.
That's my you.
Hello.
Go, Samson.
Hey, Philia. There's Big Band.
Oh, God, you couldn't hear me
Alright.
on my end, I think, which is good, because
Yeah, so that doesn't work on Big Band. Mike has fixed that on beta though, so thanks, Mike. Much love to you, buddy. Another thing to note, specifically against Big Band, since we've got him out, when you are doing a combo using one of your restands, do not use the first restand I taught you on Big Band, unless he's in the corner, because that whiffs a lot on him sometimes. As you can see, it landed there, but this time it will not. So, against Big Band specifically, I'm just doing the second restand I taught you first. And then, while he's on the ground, you can go back into the other one. So essentially, you're just doing the combo but reversed. Flowchart combo but reversed. Nightfire makes mention of that in his guide. Be sure to check that out. Other things to go over. You do have another 50-50 shot with the grab resets I was teaching you about earlier. So if your opponent decides to jump away from them, you can do a read with the Cerebella, catching your opponent. So essentially you can kind of train your opponent to jump, and you can get what you want. The issue with Cerebella as an option is you don't get those sick nasty combos afterwards like you do from the run stop options. But
near a corner you can follow up into some nasty stuff.
if you're in a corner though, you can't follow up, so that's some corner option stuff I would suggest you use. The good part about Cerebella is it builds a lot of meter. It is a meter master. Fortunately, can't see that since we're in training mode with max meter right now, so it is a very good meter building option if you make the right read there. So essentially, you can kind of train your opponent into doing what you want. So, say they get hit twice by, your standard reset right there. So, he gets hit now, and he's like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And then tries to jump out, and I good flip my thing, but tries to jump out that time, gets hit. So, etc. You're looking at that, you want to try to, make the right read. You're flipping a coin, basically, and you're hoping that it lands on heads. If it lands on heads, you get big damage. That, I think, is all I have for you. Let me go check my list real quick here. Alright. So, have we gone over the jumping light punch, jumping light kick? I think we have, haven't we?
I think so.
Alright, we went over the jumping hard kick cross up in the corner. We went over Concho. Oh yeah, there was one last thing I wanted to talk about. When you're doing the run stop resets, you do not actually have to do a crouching light kick or any other crouching fast normal. You can actually do tricky stuff like an overhead reset with that, so that'll catch your opponent's overhead.
Hey, if you want that in good quality, you might want to try it again. I'm not sure why I dropped a ton of frames just then.
Alright, we'll try that again. That input is a little bit tricky, so that comboed unfortunately, but essentially if you just delay it slightly, you can get an overhead reset with that, or if you want to, you can just straight up grab them anyways. So if your opponent you think is expecting the run stop reset, and they see the run stop, and they're going to continue holding back, not going to jump out, so they see that coming, and then, they get grabbed anyways, so you can do some tricky stuff with that. So those are some of Cerebella's easier resets. Of course she has more, there's more tech out there than even I could imagine, but that's going to be it for the reset portions of this guide specifically. So, as we mentioned, shout out to Nightfire and his flowchart guide, make sure you check that out. It was very helpful for me when I was first learning how to play Cerebella. Other than that, I think that's about it for this portion, so...
If even after Nightfire's guide you're looking for more stuff, Zidane has a really, really, really comprehensive guide up on the forum somewhere.
Yeah. So he has a very long and very well thought out guide that you might want to check out.
It's a book.
Yeah, being one of the better fellow players out there. Definitely something you want to look into. Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for me. I'm going to be signing off. Thank everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoy your Cerebella antics. Everyone have a nice day.